Everybody, welcome to my channel. Today, let's see the continuation of the types of poetry. In the last video, we have seen the dramatic poetry, right? I hope that video would have been useful to you all. Today, we are going to see three types of poetry. They are narrative poetry, epic poetry, and lyric poetry. Dramatic poetry will be in the form of drama, right? Will be in the form of dramatic monologues and drama, etc. Okay, today let's see these three types of poetry. Narrative poetry is simple, that is, it will be the form of narration, storytelling form. See, poetry that tells the story. Wait, guys, let's take a pen or pencil. Okay, okay, narrative poetry. Poetry that tells a story, often involving characters and a plot. Plot means it will be having a story, having a beginning and an end, and having a climax. So the poem would be in a storytelling form. Example, we can have the Samuel Taylor Coleridge's The Rime of Ancient Mariner. It is a narrative poem that recounts a sailor's supernatural experiences at sea. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is a romantic poet. He comes under the period of romantic period. Um, you know, Wordsworth, Coleridge, and John Keats. These three poets are the prominent people of the romantic period. And also, let me tell you other examples from English literature, that is the Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales, it is a poem. It's a long poem, but which was written by Geoffrey Chaucer. He is the Renaissance period popular figure. It is a series of stories told by pilgrims. Each tale is in the narrative form only. And the time of ancient mariner, as I told you uh, in the in this video, it is a major example you can take. And the charge of the Light Brigade. It was a poem written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. The charge of the Light Brigade. It is a poem that tells about a war narrative based on a real historical event. And the next one is Annabel Lee. Annabel Lee is a poem which was written by Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is an American poet, and Annabel Lee is a poem that describes a tragic love story with a narrative thread. I hope you would have understood this narrative poetry. Let's switch on to the next one, epic poetry. I have told you four examples: the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, The Rime of Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and then Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe, The Charge of the Light Brigade by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Next one is epic poetry. This epic poetry is a long narrative poem that typically depict heroic deeds, often featuring gods, warriors, and epic adventures. Example, Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey are classic examples of epic poetry focusing on the Trojan War and Odysseus' journey, respectively. Right? Sorry, guys. Here, bulletin points came somehow, but it did not come here. O- Okay, only one bulletin point has to be here, but Unfortunately, the bulletin points have been placed here. Okay. Hmm. Guys, simply, it is a long narrative poem that celebrates the deeds of a hero uh, and reflects the values of a culture or a nation. Epic poetry is very simple, that is, uh, from the ancient times, throughout the ancient times, the stories would tell about the famous heroes and popular heroes, and uh, even after days passed, the heroes would never fade. So that is called the epic one. Um, so celebrating the deeds of a hero and reflects the values of a culture or nation is called epic poetry. Um, um, in this poem, there are many key features, that is the heroic protagonist and supernatural elements will be there, formal and elevated language will be there, and it deals with the themes like war, honor, duty, and fate. Let me give you some examples. Paradise Lost is a famous one which was written by John Milton. Um, it is a biblical epic about the fall of man and Saturn's rebellion. And the next one is Ramayana. Ramayana was written by Valmiki. Valmiki has written the story of Rama, Sita, and Ravana. And the next one is Mahabharata by Vyasa. Uh, Mahabharata was written by Vyasa. It is a vast epic about the Kurukshetra war and Dharma. It is about the Kurukshetra war and Dharma. Um, so these are the epics. When an epic is included in a poem, that is called epic poetry. Next one, let's see. Guys, the next one is lyric poetry. Lyric poetry is the one that expresses the poet's emotions, thoughts, and feelings, often focusing on personal experiences and insights. The example for lyric poetry is Emily Dickinson's Because I Could Not Stop for Death. It is a lyric poem that contemplates mortality and the passage of time. Guys, mortality is nothing but it is an eternal one, an everlasting one, and it will never fade. So, mortality. Mortality is it is an eternal. No one can stop it. So let me. So this is eternal. Eternal. Okay. Mortality is an eternal thing and an everlasting thing. Okay. A lyric poetry has several types. They are sonnet, ode, elegy, and song. Let's see that types, the four types: sonnet, ode, elegy, and song, in the next video. Let me give other few examples for lyric poetry. That is, Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats. He is one of the romantic poet. In his poem Ode to a Nightingale, deep reflection on life, death, and beauty has been portrayed. And next one is I Wanted Lonely as a Cloud is by William Wordsworth. He's the prominent figure of romantic age. He has shared his personal joy inspired by nature in the poem I Wanted Lonely as a Cloud. So guys, that's it for this video, and let's see in the next video. I'll explain the sonnet and ode and elegy and song. They are types of lyric poetry. It will be explained, detailed. Sorry guys, it would be explained in detail in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Hephzibah signing off.